Hi guys, and welcome back to another Dr. Race video, and today we're going to be playing MotoGP 21. Continuing on with our Moto2 World Championship, it's round 6 right here in Le Mans. So qualifying time, practice time, you know the drill. This is the first video of the day. First one comes out at 4 PM, and then of course the race will occur at 8 PM tonight, so hang on for your hats for 8 PM, and then we'll be watching the Grand Prix as Marcel Schrotter comes out of Turn 3 out of the pits and into Turn 3 as we go into Turn 4 for the Dunlop chicane. Now onto the left hand side for Turn 5 and then onto the right hand side down into La Chapelle for the difficult right hander. It's quite difficult to maintain a good amount of speed going into that particular corner, but I think we did a good job there, to be honest with you, as we'll now go into the left hander of Musée, or Museum for us. Now of course we are riding the momentum right now, winning in Jerez and winning in Portimao. Great stuff so far with the Moto3 World Champion. Getting a bit ahead of myself there because the Moto2 Champion, of course, is still not decided. We have a long, long way to go. And I, for one, am absolutely adoring Moto2. I've said previously and many, many times before that in the past, I've rather enjoyed Moto2 over Moto3, which is odd because I really like Moto3 in the sense of the absolute carnage that occurs. And for some reason I've always enjoyed Moto2 just a little bit more in the career mode. Maybe it's because it's that next step further and the pressure is on, because if you're a Moto3 World Champion, you know, you have the potential of becoming a Moto2 World Champion, and most riders don't really adapt that well from Moto3 to Moto2. Now you look at MotoGP currently, and Alberto Arenas, Lorenzo Dalla Porta, two past world champions in Moto3 who haven't quite got the job done quite yet. Now of course that does happen for Moto2 moving up to MotoGP. The likes of Tito Rabat, fantastic in Moto2, potentially almost had a double Moto2 World Championship, but unfortunately moved up into MotoGP and couldn't get the job done. And it was weird, you know, and it does happen, it does occur quite a lot. Of course, we've got Aaron Canet ahead of us, who seems to be adapting to Moto2 extremely well, and same can be said for Bo Benschneider. And I'm not just referring to the video games, I'm referring to real life. Benschneider was obviously way too large for the Moto3 machines, and as Aaron Canet dives up in the inside there into Musée, that was a beautiful move from the young Spaniard. We'll now trail him down, and something I actually neglected to mention is that was a brilliant lap coming in from Grant just a moment ago as Canet makes a little bit of contact with us there as we go into Garage Vert, a little bit out of shape for the both of us, having a bit of a battle into this particular corner as we get out of shape there coming out of Garage Vert. Have to be very careful on that one. But guys, as well, just need to mention, just a couple of days ago, Sunday, I was supposed to be posting another MotoGP video, which would have been this one, but I've been having some issues with my throat, and I don't think you can probably hear the same today as we run it a little bit wide, going into Shimano Buff, into the Blue S's now onto the right hand side. Yeah, I've had some issues with allergies and my difficult situation with my throat, having to scream a lot in Moto3 and Moto2. I'm feeling the effects recently, so I do apologise if this one's not going to be containing as many screams or shouts as as the usual style I usually tend to do. We're going across the line. I'm going to call it there because I think that's more than enough to move up into qualifying 2. So great result. Grant leads with a 1:38.069. Marco Bezzecchi 40 thousandths of a second behind, and Ayagura and Remy Gardner, Marcel Schrotter, Xavi Vierge all very close behind. So we now move over to qualifying. It is now qualifying time. I'm pretty happy with that lap, so I'm pretty confident that we've already made our way over to qualifying 2. Just barely, actually. Celestino Vietti, Jake Dixon, Xavi Vierge and Stefano Manzi join the guys in the top positions to battle for pole position. So practice time over. Now it is time for the most important session of the weekend, practically, and that is qualifying. Your race can be ruined if you don't qualify very well. And you know what? After setting just 1 or 2 laps in free practice a moment ago and seeing how quick we were, I have no issue, no qualm at all with this track. I do feel that we can be joining Jake Dixon and Xavi Vierge on the front row as things stands. Already into La Chapelle, up by 0.3 of a second, utilising the soft front and the soft rear. I do rather appreciate the soft combination in qualifying. I do find it gives me that extra bit of grip just to help me get around the track. It really grips into the corners and really allows me to chuck in the extra speed. Second split will be coming up any moment now, and it's up by 0.6 of a second. That is absolutely fantastic. going into Garage Vert, right behind Stefano Manzi, the HP Pons 40 rider. We might have a wonderful opportunity here of getting a little bit of slipstream going into Shimano Buff and then into the Blue S's. We could be chucking in one stellar lap here. Calm on the brakes there for the left-hand side for Shimano Buff, touching the apex there and then chucking it to the right-hand side. I love that change of direction, up by 1.2 seconds. Matt Grant, you are about to take another pole position here, my friend. I can feel it right now. Stefano Manzi hopefully does not get into my way as we go into Recordamont in just a couple of corners. Here we go into the final couple of corners now, onto the right-hand side. Nice tight apex there, beautifully done. Tight apex once again, don't touch the green. Nice and easy on acceleration. Now across the finish line, is this going to be enough? Oh, it's beautiful. It's a 1:36.836, up by 8.68 tenths of a second over Remy Gardner. That is fantastic, but Sam Lowes has immediately fought back. He is now chucked to a lap time that is only 0.6 of a second behind the fellow Brit. But we will not be deterred. We will be on another good lap here. We have Stefano Manzi as a bit of a reference, but you know what? I think he might actually be in the way. We'll be trying to get through on him going into Museum. We don't quite have the speed yet. I still haven't upgraded the engine. I upgraded the fairing a couple more times. The frame has now been adjusted to give me that extra bit of corner speed, etc. We'll be following Stefano Manzi quite closely now as Sam Lowes, Remy Gardner, both on personal sectors. Gardner into the second and Sam Lowes into the first one. Great move up on the inside from Grant, but Stefano Manzi not having any of it. He wants to go around the outside. Grant up on the inside, now going into the... Oh, carnage! Carnage in qualifying! Both men are down! Oh, after a disastrous moment going into Garage Vert, Stefano Manzi and Grant have collided, and session is practically over for the pair of them. But goodness me, thank goodness Grant has already chucked in a lap that is 0.6 of a second clear from Sam Lowes. Big shout out to Joe Roberts there. He's feeling better about himself after taking a podium just a last round out. And now, of course, Sam Lowes, Grant and Roberts sit pretty on the front row as things stand. But I did not expect Stefano Manzi and Grant to be colliding in a qualifying session. That doesn't usually happen, but here today, that has certainly caused carnage. We're going to have to be avoiding Stefano Manzi into Garage Vert, or any other rider for that matter. Clearly we have a different sort of racing line going into that particular corner, and it certainly didn't work out for us. Keep an eye out on Augusto Fernandez in the bottom left-hand corner of your screen there. He seems to be on a pretty decent lap. 3 of the 4 sectors are orange for Augusto Fernandez, so that can only mean one thing, and that is a personal best lap time coming in. And I don't know what's happened there. I might have just jinxed the lad. He's now just stayed in 8th place as Stefano Manzi made a move up on the inside, so I don't know what happened. I hope I just didn't jinx him. He must have been on a cracking lap, and I've said, the second I've mentioned it, he's probably bottled it and gone backwards. Oh, goodness me, I do apologise, Augusto Fernandez. But back to the action at hand. Grant is currently 0.3 of a second down in this lap, and I tell you what, nobody has come close to touching the time of Grant, which is a 1:36.836. I don't even think anyone can get into the 1:36s. This might be job done quite already for Matt Grant. Let's find out if the pole position beckons our Moto3 World Champion. Oh, you betcha! Grant takes pole position ahead of Ben Schneider and Sam Lowes. Thankfully, we do manage to stay ahead of the Dutchman because he did beat us last time out in Jerez, which would have been 3 pole positions in a row. So fantastic qualifying results for us. I will see you tonight at 8 PM for the Grand Prix. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching as always. If you enjoyed the video, like, comment and subscribe. Hit the notification bell to be alerted to every single Dot Race upload. And upon that note, guys, thanks for watching and ciao for now. Oh hi, didn't quite see you there. Good to see you're still here. If this video didn't quite set your appetite, then why not watch some more Dot Race content by clicking the video shown on screen now. Furthermore, if you would like to follow me on social media, you can do so now with the links down in the description. Consider subscribing so you don't miss a single Dot Race video.